When we first look at Diego Velázquez's Las Meninas, our attention usually goes to the young princess in the center. She is surrounded by maids of honor, attendants, a dog, and figures moving through the royal palace. But after a moment, another presence begins to compete for our attention. On the left, Velázquez has painted himself standing before an enormous canvas. He is not hidden in the background. He is tall, calm, and clearly visible. He occupies the same royal space as the Infanta and her court. So why did a court painter present himself with such importance? Was Velázquez simply recording his work inside the palace? Or was he making a larger claim about the status of the artist? Las Meninas was painted in 1656, when Velázquez had already served King Philip IV for more than 30 years. He painted royal portraits, held positions in the royal household, and became a trusted member of the court. Still, trust was not the same as equality. In 17th-century Spain, painting could be admired, but painters were often associated with manual labor. Their work required brushes, pigments, prepared surfaces, and physical skill. This made it harder for painting to receive the same respect as poetry, philosophy, or other arts linked with the mind. Velázquez seems to challenge that idea directly. His self-portrait is much more than a signature. He does not place a tiny image of himself in a corner. He gives himself a full standing figure. Although he is behind the Infanta, his height and dark silhouette make him one of the strongest forms in the painting. He is not claiming to be royal. The difference in rank remains clear. But visually, he gives himself the dignity of a major participant rather than the invisibility of a servant. Velázquez is not shown carrying supplies or preparing colors. He holds a brush and palette, but the brush is not touching the canvas. He appears to have paused. He looks outward. This pause shifts our attention from movement to thought. Before the next brushstroke, the painter must observe, judge, compare, and decide. Painting is presented as the result of an intellectual process. The hand follows the mind. The enormous canvas strengthens this message. Its back fills much of the left side, yet we cannot see the image on its front. It is almost like a wall inside the room. Why give so much space to something hidden? Because the unseen surface makes us think about creation itself. The finished image is withheld. Instead, we see the painter, his tools, his attention, and the moment before an image becomes visible. The canvas also increases Velázquez's importance. It connects him to the largest object in the scene. Its scale suggests that his work is not a minor decoration. It is an ambitious act worthy of the royal environment around it. This was especially meaningful because Velázquez's career took place inside the court. He became painter to Philip IV in 1623 and later gained additional responsibilities in the royal household. These positions gave him unusual access to the royal family, but they also created a complicated identity. Was he an artist, a servant, an administrator, or a court gentleman? In Las Meninas, he seems to answer that he may be all of these, but the role of artist deserves the greatest attention. The painting supports this argument through its control of space, light, and perception. Velázquez creates a room that feels deep and believable. Light enters from different directions. Figures stand at several distances. Some areas are clear, while others dissolve into darkness and air. These effects are not only examples of technique. They require planning, knowledge, and judgment. The painting demonstrates the intelligence that its self-portrait claims for the painter. Velázquez therefore makes his argument in two ways. First, he shows himself as a thoughtful and dignified creator inside the royal palace. Second, he proves his artistic intelligence through the complex painting we are looking at. His claim is not written in words. It is built into the composition. There is also an important detail on his chest: the Red Cross of the Order of Santiago. Velázquez received this knighthood in 1658, 2 years after Las Meninas was painted, so the cross was added later. Its presence makes the self-portrait even more striking. The painter who placed himself beside royalty was eventually granted one of the honors he had long desired. The later cross seems to complete the ambition already expressed in the painting. Yet, Las Meninas is not simply an advertisement for one man. Velázquez turns his personal ambition into a broader statement about painting. A painter does not merely copy appearances. He selects, organizes, interprets, and creates meaning. He can transform a palace room into a meditation on power, vision, reality, and art. This is why Las Meninas is more than a royal group portrait. The Infanta and her attendants show us the world of the Spanish court. But Velázquez's self-portrait asks us to notice the mind responsible for making that world visible. He stands beside royalty without pretending to be royal. His position makes a more careful claim. The artist deserves to stand in the same history. Velázquez was not only painting the royal family, he was painting the importance of the artist. And perhaps that is the boldest self-portrait in Las Meninas. Not simply the face of Velázquez, but his belief that painting should be treated as an art of intelligence, dignity, and lasting power.